Michael Grossman on piano. Happy Sunday, everyone, and happy Centennial. Happy Centennial birthday. Wow, it's an amazing day here, and I'm really just sitting in the awe of everything that's come before that's made this possible. 100 years ago, a group of truth students got together and wanted to create a space in San Francisco where they could grow and develop and transform and know the sacred truth as taught by Unity. As you see, as people will continue to pour in the doors, that has continued to blossom over the years through hardships, through everything that has gone on. Everything to this perfect moment. Through world wars, through depressions, through cultural changes, earthquakes, right? And we all sit here today because of the people who came before us, because of the people who had that vision, that idea, and that faith that anything and everything is possible with God. So when we let go of our limitation, when we let go of the I can't, when we let go of we can, together make this happen. We start every service with a song, a chant, that reminds us of who we truly are. So I'm going to invite Misa up, and I invite you to get comfortable in your seats as people are going to continue to come in, and our prayer chaplains are holding this space for us. Our prayer chaplains are making this our home.
I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I'm not the mistakes that I have made or any of the things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dreams I've left behind. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is a light. Oh, light. Light. I am divinity defined. I am God on the inside. I am a star shining love over it all. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am
Sunday, we started this moment with prayer. Today, we are graced to have our previous minister, Reverend Sonia Milton, here to open us in prayer.
And so we do whatever it is we do to come to ourselves with breath, with fullness, with that light that continues to shine through all our considerations and problems and yes. We are here now, and we know that the number 100 is about being prepared, being about to enter the spiritual journey. And we know that the number 101 means that we are embarking right now on a new, exciting, positive, abundant spiritual journey. And so we say, yes, God. Yes, Spirit. Yes, Unity San Francisco for the next 100, 200, 300, 1,000 years of truth. And so it is. Amen and amen.
Sonia Milton, everyone. And everyone who's just come in, there are many seats over here on this side. I invite everybody to come in, please, and to get a seat because we have the next big announcement. Please come on in. And please find a place to sit. Yeah. I forgot to mention earlier, too, to silence your phones, but if you have them, please Facebook Live this. Please record it. Please Instagram it. Elizabeth's already on Facebook Live, and we are also live streaming right now, too, so there are people joining us on the web. We have had, as people are still coming in, over 150 RSVPs that said they're going to be here today, and we know in Unity time they'll be here any minute. As usually as we finish this section into the meet and greet, everyone shows up and the room fills up. So as you can see, we're a little crowded already, and we don't fit 150 people in this room. We tried, but we don't.
It doesn't work.
So we have a bus out front. We actually have 3 buses out front. And we are going to go into a chant here in a minute and orderly and meditatively board buses for our new home at 240 Page Street. where the party, the celebration, and Unity San Francisco will continue.
So I know some of your minds immediately went to, wait, but my car, but wait, what? Huh?
What? Huh?
So
How? Where?
We invite you to just breathe, first and foremost. We have shuttle bus. The bus will be running shuttles back up here to Bush Street. So there will be shuttles. They can catch a bus, come back here to Bush Street. If the shuttle doesn't work with your timetable, we also have arranged with Lyft. We have a code that you can use, and the code on Lyft will get you back from there to here.
So you can leave your car, you can let it go.
Just don't worry about it. We got you. Okay? We got you. We
got
you.
your back.
We got you. Okay?
And at Page Street, our entire band and 6 singers and a caterer are all ready to take care of us and party and celebrate.
The party will be there. So the invitation in all of this, so for those of you who don't know who we are, this is Reverend Ken. He's the senior minister here. And I am Deanne Morency, Reverend Deanne Morency. I'm the associate minister here, so welcome. We're inviting you into a journey. This has been a journey for the community, and this is a physical expression of the journey we've taken in consciousness. So we're literally going to be journeying to this new space, and we're going to invite a meditative process as we do this. So when you get on the buses, you're going to find that on every seat there is a rock and a Sharpie. And we're going to do a process on the bus. So normally we do our meditation.
Right.
We're going to do the meditation on the bus as we're going to Page Street.
And I'll be on one bus, Reverend Deanne will be on another bus, and Reverend Elizabeth, standing right there, will be on the third bus leading a guided meditation to find out what it is that we want to bring to our new spiritual home. What we want to bring from here or what we want to bring from ourselves. And we're going to invite you to contemplate that in the meditation and then to write it on the stone.
So let it come from the heart, not the mind.
Right? So
Right? Heart
take the
space.
time that we will take to find out what that word is. And as we write it on the stone, we will leave the stone on the steps at the entrance to our Page Street home.
Can I say the next part?
Yeah, you can. Please. She so
Can I
wants
say
to
the
do
next
that.
part? I love this idea.
Isn't she just cute as a button?
So, because you catch these things, right? You catch these ideas, and this idea just lit us both up. So then the rocks, we are going to be repouring some of the cement that's in the foundation of the building. And so when that is done, we're going to lay out the stones in a heart shape, and we will cover it in concrete, so they literally will be in the foundation of the building.
You are our new cornerstone. Our heartstone.
Our heart stone.
So, to do this, there has been a song. I'm going to invite Jessica Rom. Jessica, how long have you been singing in this community now? 17 years. When we were doing the historical documents, we found pictures of Jessica singing, baby Jessica singing at the Easter at the Herbst Theater. I'll have to show you the pictures we found.
I can't wait to see you.
And so, but there's a song that we have sung here all the time, and many of you may know it. So as Jessica leads us in it, we'll start chanting it, and then Deanne and I are going to guide you in groups to board the buses orderly, in groups starting in that corner. And as we go across the room, I ask the ones on this side to keep holding the chant and holding the space. All right? Are we all game? And you can start whenever you're ready. Okay? Jessica.
In this very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And quite enough hope, and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. Because Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room. In this very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And quite enough hope, and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. Because Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room.
Next. All right. So one more time.
In this very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And quite enough hope, and quite enough power to chase away
This room, which has housed us for 25 years, 25 years of memories, 25 years of people's lives held and transformed here. I'll get the PowerPoint back first. And 25 years of transformation. Right now, we know this truth.
In this very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room.
And now it's our turn to call upon the power within us to get the other two buses to pull up out front. They're waiting around the corner. So in this very room, there's more than enough power for us to summon the bus we need. All right, so one more time.
In this very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And there's been quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room. In this very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room.
To sing this soft voice now as we rise and walk out chanting it. Can you keep us going, Jessica? Thank you.
In this
In this
very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room. In this very room. In this very room, there's been quite enough love for one like me. And in this very room, there's been quite enough joy for one like me. And there's quite quite enough hope and quite enough power to chase away any gloom. For Spirit, sweet Spirit, is in this very room.
love is what he taught and what we are. And know that as we are welcome home to this building, to this space, there is something going on in this dome that has never gone on in this dome before.
quite a lot. When you have infinite faith and you clearly state what Spirit creates, there is no debate. Because we use love for it, we meditate on it, we hold the consciousness and wait for it, wait for it, wait. Spirit's abundant and yielding, if we claim and affirm it, then Spirit's fulfilling whatever we ask for. Whatever we ask for.
that you have to go out and get. It's not something you have to go out and even learn. It is the truth of who you are at the core of who you are. And it is all about revelation, revealing your magnificence. And so we as a community have said yes to that, to revealing our magnificence. But the work isn't done. We get to continue to stand in who we were. Little forgiveness work, anybody? Who we are. A little emotional honesty, perhaps, and where we are going. Who have you come here to be? Now, I know as a collective, Unity San Francisco has come here to be a voice of love and transformation on this planet. Yeah, can I get an amen? Who have you come here to be? What are you here to reveal about the truth of who you are? Because that is this powerful spiritual journey. And the tools that we have, affirmative prayer, meditation, coming together in this sacred Sangha, all of this is to support that revelation of self, the Christ Buddha-ness that you are. So the practice that I would love for us to step into right now is gratitude. Gratitude. Just, wow, gratitude. And to support this expression of gratitude, I want to honor who we were. So if anybody in this room has ever served as a Unity San Francisco prayer chaplain, I would love for you to stand right now. If you have ever served as a prayer chaplain. Wow. Yeah. All right. This is awesome. And if you are a former board member, if you have served on this board in some time in the past, please rise, because we want to love you right now. And there are some faces here. I just want to call them out, Diane, Darlene, and Kate, who have been active members here at Unity. Stand again.
Kate.
Please. They were the rock for this community at a very challenging time. And they're still here serving. They're still here actively serving. Michael Grossman is in that too.
Let's hear it for the women of the church.
I know, right? The backbone, the women of the church.
Yeah.
We would love now for all the Unity ministers who are in the room to please rise. We have a lot of visitors. If you are a
And the
Unity
CEO
minister and
minister.
CEO ministers, if you could please rise so we could love you.
He made it. Hasselbeck's in the house.
He made it. Paul made it. Yay. Oh, and so now I'm specifically going to call up Teresa Burton. Where is she?
Where's Teresa? Come on up.
Come on up here, Teresa.
Embarrassment time.
Embarrassment time.
Do you all remember Teresa? So Teresa served as a licensed Unity teacher for us and went through ministerial school with us, lived in the room I lived in at ministerial school at Unity Village. We'll have more about that in a little bit. And then Teresa was ordained in 2018, was ordained a Unity minister, and she now serves as the editor of the Daily Word. A standing ovation for Miss Teresa.
Give her some love.
We are so honored and blessed by you. We're so grateful. And the whole world now, the readers of the Daily Word. When's the first edition that you have edited will appear?
The first
You speak to me.
the first issue that will contain my reader's letter and photo will be November, December.
Yay!
Thank you, Teresa. We're just so blessed by you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. For those of you who don't know what the Daily Word is, it is our daily spiritual reflection. It has been published since 1924, am I correct, Jim? Since 1924, the Daily Word has been reaching thousands and millions of people around the world from every faith and in how many languages? 20. We'll make it up. It gets translated. Lots of them.
And now we're going to call up Sonia Milton. So Sonia showed up for this community in a time when it was in need of deep healing. And she heard a call, and she said yes. And then she continued to say yes, and continued to say yes, and she ended up saying yes for 4 years. Yes. And we would not be here now.
We wouldn't.
We really wouldn't without her yes.
And would you say a little bit about that? Yeah. Still working on it. Still working on it.
I'm still saying yes to this community and yes to unity because you work deeply and I work deeply because that's the only way. And what's so compelling about this community, it's not just let's hear some good music. It's like coming from the kisses, from the deepest parts. And those of you who came when I came, and those of you who left when I came, and those of you who
I resemble that remark.
just look at this. Because, you know, I think of how, Moses. Moses wandered around for 40 years, wandering around a place the size of New Jersey, wandered around for 40 years, because he wasn't able, he was stabilizing the community and not able to make that leap. And I feel like we were stabilizing things and getting ready for Ken and Deanna to make this leap.
I want to call out your partner in crime, Joe Sloan. Would you stand up?
Would you stand up, Joe?
Joe, at the time, was serving as regional rep, right? Regional representative for our West Central region. And when the community was in crisis, and it was in crisis, Joe was there with Sonia to help remind us who we really are, right?
Joe always holds that high understanding of who we are.
And my favorite expression of Joe's, when Deanne was at Unity of Berkeley, I was at Unity of Fremont, and Joe would come to work with us individually, and Joe would say, when I see your minister, Reverend Ken, I start running just to keep up with him. Is it still true, Joe? All right. So, thank you, Sonia.
Thank you, Sonia.
We love you.
We love you.
We bless you. We appreciate you.
So now we'd like to call up the current board. If you serve on the board currently, or if you are a fabulous advisor to the board who used to be the board president, come on up here as well.
So would our current board of trustees come on up? And we have one board member who is away at a family wedding and couldn't be here today, Frank Bourillon. And but this is your current board of trustees. So these are the people when I and Deanne come to them with crazy ideas that are like buses, get to say yes. Get to say yes to us. And we love you and honor you, and look what we have manifested together, right? Look what vision we've all held and manifested for ourselves. So we love you. And we have a song we are like all of us to sing that Misa's going to lead us in. That is special for this moment. When I got the call to go to ministerial school, I showed up with enough money to pay for one semester. Moved into housing at Unity Village onto the grounds, and didn't know how I was going to pay for the next semester of ministerial school. And right before the tuition was due, Paul Tenalia, who was the minister here when we bought Bush Street, called me on the phone and said, Ken, we are going to give you a full scholarship to school and pay for all your books. And Unity of New York tithed to me for the 3 years of my education, so I never had to worry where the money would come from, so I could concentrate on becoming the best minister I could be. The principle of tithing forward is often misunderstood in our community. We give not because it's due, not because it's charity, but we give because we know we will get 10 times back from it. And the only requirement that Paul said to me was to tithe it forward. And so every month and every year that I have been a minister, we have been supporting someone in ministry in some way. From at Unity of Fremont, when we supported just the general education fund, to we supported David Old, who was an intern here, and we supported Teresa in every way that we could, and now we put Reverend Deanne through the field licensing program, and we keep giving it forward, and it comes back to us multiplied and pushed down, and so grateful that someone had the wisdom and the understanding to give, knowing that there is no lack in God. There's no limit in the divine. The only limits exist in our thinking, in our holding and hoarding. So as we open our hands in gratitude, open our hearts in understanding, we shift the world. We get to do this. Unity Village is a miraculous place for those of you who've never seen it. It's truly astonishing. And it is been a blessing that 100 years ago, it was bought by the Fillmores, who had the idea that this could be something bigger. So while we're celebrating our centennial, so is Unity Village. And the cycle of giving and receiving continues without end. In the pew in front of you or on the seat next to you are our giving envelopes, and I invite you to get those ready. And I invite you to take out your bulletin too. Can we have a bulletin here? I'd like to also call upon the bulletin. We usually do a connection card in our bulletins here, and I'm going to point it out. If the bulletin you got, if you didn't get one, our ushers will come around with a bulletin for you right now if you just raise your hand. It is a way for us to stay in touch with you, and usually we have spiritual practices on the back that are reflective of the talk. But today on the back of the connection card, we have a request. Please leave Unity San Francisco a blessing. Please write a prayer, a blessing on this connection card, and make sure it gets in the offering basket when it comes around. And if you're giving an offering here today in cash, please put it in one of the envelopes that we have in the pews before you too. Yes, we have envelopes coming around too. They're on the sides of the pews, and our ushers can come forward with envelopes and pens as well, please too. And if this is a good moment for our board of trustees to stand up and help. Thank you. Thank you. So make sure everybody has everything they need. Thank you. So if you write your blessing on that, while you're doing that blessing and while you're getting your offering ready, I'd like to invite up the CEO of Unity World Headquarters in Unity Village, my friend, my good friend, Jim Blake, to come join me on platform. So Jim and I started in ministerial school together. Jim was working You were the director of IT at the time, right? At Unity Village at the time, and we were both students together.
I have stories.
And for a price, he will sell them. So this is, for those of you who've never seen it, this is a shot of Unity Village. This is the main campus, and this is the education building and the center courtyard with the fountains, and the tower is a national landmark, and it holds our water tank. It holds the water supply that functions for Unity Village. We also have 2 reservoir lakes, man-made lakes, that supply the water supply for our 1,400 acres. All freely given. Someone gave, and Unity and the Fillmores had the wisdom to buy it. Now Jim gets to keep it up. That's Jim's job is to make it all work. And what a pleasure. I serve on the board of trustees, board of directors of Unity World Headquarters, and it was my honor to serve in that capacity with Jim. So, giving and receiving. This is a home called Fillmore Manor. In the 20s, when these were being built, they housed different members of the Fillmore family, and then a woman bought a private house and built a house on it as well. Today, this one has been turned into an Airbnb. So you can rent the whole house and come stay at Unity Village. It has now become an income stream for Unity Village, which helps fund our programs and our ministry, so that the Daily Word and Silent Unity, our 24-hour prayer line, is all funded by the income that comes from all these sources. And Jim has been so amazingly innovative in how we do ministry for the 21st century. This is what the inside of the building looks like. Yeah, it has 4 bedrooms. It sleeps 12 people, I believe, 10 people, and it has a washer and dryer in it. You can make a family outing to Unity Village and stay there for $300 a night. It's astonishing. Yeah, Deanne has stayed there with her fellow ministry students. And so, as you know, we've been gifted. We sold Bush Street for $6 million, right? $6 million. It was bought for $600,000, and we sold it for $6 million. We bought this for $2.7 million. Now, while it has lots of work yet to do, and we are very aware of that, we'll talk to you about that in a minute, we also realize the gift of the abundance we live in. And so hence this celebration and this party, which is being prepared for you downstairs, is one of our gifts to you. But we're also tithing forward, expecting more good to come back to us. So this is the building that I lived in, and Teresa lived in, and countless other ministers lived in when we went to school. It was built as a private home, and it became the first hotel on Unity grounds. It was built in 1925, and it has seen better days. But it is also lovely. This was a shot I took one winter. Well, I had a room on the 2nd floor there, and we were snowed in. It is a magnificent home with 8 bedrooms that we imagine will sleep about 16. And I envision us having a Unity San Francisco retreat there, where we all live in the house. It has a great room and a great, right? And then we all live in the row of the houses on Hummingbird Lane and experience Unity Village together. So as part of our tithing forward in expectation, it is my honor and my privilege to provide Jim with a check for $75,000 to start the renovations on this building.
So first of all, it's an honor and a privilege to be here with you on this momentous occasion. And a gesture of this magnitude should leave no doubt why this community has existed for 100 years. It's a perfect demonstration of your deep understanding of our prosperity principles and in your faith in the abundance of the universe. We are so very humbled that in the midst of your own journey of renewal and transformation, you paused and made a conscious choice to share the same As Ken said, this gift will ensure your lasting legacy and imprint on the headquarters of Unity Village. Through the restoration of this significant historical property, the proceeds from that restored property will ensure that the village's and associated ministry work will continue for the next several generations. We are profoundly grateful. And I want to thank you on behalf of our board, our leadership team, and the whole family at Unity Village. Thank you, and bless you.
I love these things. Thank you. Great things together, right?
Yeah. So, I have a little surprise for you.
Oh.
Is Reverend Mark Fuss around? We may have brought you a little something to commemorate the occasion.
So I was struck, as I've been a part of your celebration this morning, that Unity as a spiritual movement is celebrating 130 years this year. And so this ministry has been a vital and vibrant part of that movement of spirit for 3/4 of the time Unity has been in existence. Wow. And so on behalf of all of us at Unity Village, our world headquarters campus, I have a plaque for you that says, "You are the light of the world." Unity World Headquarters honors Unity of San Francisco for 100 years of ministry and service.
Wow. Yeah, and wow, this is beautiful. Right out in the front lobby. Now we're going to talk about the plans for this building. JD?
So we missed a few people earlier. We've acknowledged a ton of people, but can we have all spouses of a Unity San Francisco minister please stand up?
There's Chris. Chris.
Oh, and Chris. Yes, Chris, sorry. Missed that.
You feel like a widow right now? Yeah.
I grew up Roman Catholic, so we didn't have role models for Mr. Spouse. But I do want to acknowledge we have the deacon from Stanford and Father Harry, who is a Holy Cross father. We have 2 popes from my faith. And cool to have you here. Cool to have you in the house. I avoided walking into this space until we all got off the bus. Wow, was not expecting this. My kids were, but
They had been here, yeah.
Toby left. He knew I'd start bawling. I wanted to have the experience of getting off the bus and walking in. I didn't hear Misa's remarkable rendition of Hamilton, and have not yet seen Alex's video because I wanted to just be of the community and have this experience within the community. I wanted this moment with you. Now, it's been said earlier, the men who built this building in 1909, and I'm not being sexist, Reverend Elizabeth, I bet it was all men building the building in 1909. And the men and women who launched Unity of San Francisco in 1919, and even the board who moved us from 9th Street to Bush Street, I love all the nines there, even that board couldn't imagine today. Just like we can't imagine 2119. Like, I was holding Joshua, thinking, yeah, life expectancy, there's a good chance he might be the only one in the room that would make it to 2119. But face it, as powerful as Unity teaching is, we can't imagine 2119. But we can imagine 2020, 2021, and 2022. We can go that far. And this space, as remarkable it is today, is going to be even more remarkable in the next 3 years. Now, I'm not coming up to make a pitch for donations today. I'm letting you know that we will be having conversations over the next 6 to 9 months. Notice the 9 showing up again, about ways that we as a community can come together. And so we've put a capital campaign committee together. Can I ask the committee to stand? There are 3 members of the committee who are also on the board with me as well. I'm not on the board, but I'm on the committee. Elaine, Carol, and Frank, who is not with us. The 3 of us are on the capital campaign committee. You can also talk to Reverend Ken, Reverend Deanne, any of the board members. And you will also see these brochures, which are not in your pews right now. They're not a part of service, but you'll see them downstairs. There's a room downstairs where you can see the sketches for what's going to happen here. And you really want to be amazed. Look at the sketches inside the brochure for what can happen to the basement and the community hall. And so that is, we want to begin the conversation. Do not write us a $100,000 check today.
Yes, write us a $100,000
You said no. So tomorrow, happy to take the check. Really, we just want you to start dreaming. Like, we are standing on the shoulders of greatness, being in this space today, and let us be the shoulders on which the next century can stand on. And you'll hear more from us. Thank you, Reverend Ken.
I'm just going to hold on to this. And before we go on for one last thing, there's one more point of gratitude to someone who hasn't been acknowledged yet. And I actually think it's the person who's actually been in the room the longest. Can we all give it up for Michael Grossman? Michael has been the pianist here for over 20 years, right? He started as a baby, and he has played and held sacred space through the music program, through all of it. And if you know Michael, you know this. He is the kindest, most gentle, most talented man in the room. Where it happens. Thank you, my friend. Love you. Oh, okay, come on. We're going forward. We have an affirmation. We have a couple. We're not doing children today. They're staying downstairs, and we'll come up for the end. But I was struck by, we have an affirmation for our children that goes, "You are God's perfect child. We love you exactly the way you are." And I want to say that to all of you. You are God's perfect child. I love you exactly the way you are. And when we can walk out and meet everyone with that in our hearts, the world is forever shifted, and we create a brand new day. So as the baskets come around and our ushers come around, enjoy this tune from our incredible music program.
Everybody look around, there's a reason to rejoice, you see. Everybody come out, and let's commence to singing joyfully. Everybody look up, and for the hope that we've been waiting for. Everybody's glad, because the silent fear and dread is gone. Freedom you see, has got a heart singing so joyfully. Just look around, you owe it to yourself to check it out. Can you feel a brand new day? Can you feel a brand new day? Can you feel a brand new day? Can you feel a brand new day?
Everybody be glad, because the sun is shining just for us. Everybody wake up, it's like the morning into happiness. Hello,
Everybody be glad, because the sun is shining just for us. Everybody wake up into the morning into happiness. Hello world, it's like a different way of living now. And thank you world, we always knew that we'd be free somehow. In harmony, to the world that we've got liberty. It's such a change for us to live so independently. Freedom you see, it's got our hearts singing so joyfully. Just look around, you will to yourself to check it out. Brand new, real love, brand new day. Real love, brand new day. Real love, brand new day. Brand new, real love, brand new day. Brand new, real love, brand new day. Brand new, real love, brand new day.
We have so much to be grateful for. Damon Hope on percussion. Andrew Higgins on bass, our band leader. Jeremy Lieber on keyboards. Michael Grossman and Ryan on guitar. Filling in for us today. And our choir. Woo! All right. Stan, singers too, Stan. So, okay, I'll start here. Albert Hodge, Ruby Day, Christopher Goodwin, Jessica Robb. Thank you. Misa Malone. Okay, so Misa's our music minister, and speaking of minister spouses, Dean Harvey. Yeah. Stand up, Dean.
Stand up, Dean.
Dean's responsible for all the sound and this happening here today, and that we can live stream from here and from Bush Street at the same time. Dean Harvey. Staff was phenomenal. But one more before you're forgetting your spouse.
My own spouse.
Chris Morrissey was here all day working. All day. Our volunteers, wait till you see downstairs. Alan, Misa, and Carol have created a magnificent display for us downstairs. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. Where's Carol? Cara, there you are. Thank you. Alan, so astonishing.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. Our staff, who we have yelled at, driven crazy, demanded way too much of.
And wait, no, do this also.
And not that Deanne and I give opposite directions to them ever. So thank you.
We're always so in sync.
Thank you. So in this moment, we have so much to be grateful for. And I want to take a blessing to say a prayer. So we can settle in for one moment in this vibration, in this space. And as we call into mind everyone who has come before us, every person who imagined this space, every person who imagined what Unity San Francisco could be, has brought us to this moment. So as we breathe, as we celebrate, as we rest, we know the truth that there is always enough, and that everything blossoms the moment it is supposed to blossom. So we don't force the rose. We marvel at its magnificence. We don't stop the tree from growing. We give it water and light. And we nurture the child within us, the children who are gifted to us and watch them do what we can only dream of. So for this opportunity to remember, to know, and to move mountains, we are so grateful. And together, we all say, Amen.
So it is. Amen.
After service today, we have put together, with the help of Alex Gilliam, who's today's her last day with us,
Our last day.
a video montage of 100 Years of Unity San Francisco. It will be playing on this new magnificent screen.
Isn't
Oh, yeah,
this-
let's give a hand for the
Can we
screen.
get a hand for the screen?
Amazing what goes on sale. Just absolutely amazing.
And it will also be playing downstairs,
but
near
it'll
the
be-
Capitol campaign.
It'll be here on continuous loop. So after you get some food and something booze and drink, come on back up and watch the video. It's a magnificent collection of ministers speaking from our past.
Photos of congregants, past and present.
And
future.
Yeah, and everything we're about. And the prayer chaplains will remain up here on platform to pray with you, to hold all of this. And
Downstairs in the Capitol campaign room, Unity World Headquarters also has a table.
And Reverend
they've
Mark
got
Fitt.
all kinds of
Bus will
free
be there.
giveaways.
Yes.
So go check it out.
yes, take home something, take home a gift from Unity. And I invite you all now, as our music team comes back up.
And I just want to say, as we do this, I'm getting God bumps, right? At the idea that we are going to sing True Colors right here in our new space.
For the first time.
For the very first time.
Yeah. So we're a different Unity church. We close with True Colors every week. Now, I'm going to have to read my affirmations from back here. We don't have a monitor for me yet. But anyway, we'll make it happen. And I invite you all to stand. I know it's harder in the pews. As you're willing and able,
Grab a hand.
grab a hand
Reach across aisles.
and know this with us. You guys going to take this?
You with the sad eyes. Don't be discouraged, though I realize it's hard to take courage in a world full of people. You can lose sight of it all, and the darkness inside you makes you feel so small. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow. Show me a smile when don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you're taking all you can take, you can call me up because you know I'll be there. I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful, like a rainbow.
Now it's time for our transformational affirmations. I'll say these statements once and I invite you to affirm them after me. I let go of the shore and dive into the new century.
Let go of the shore and dive into the new century.
I embrace the room where it happens.
I embrace the room where it happens.
I give to my spiritual home.
I give to my spiritual home.
I am grateful.
I am grateful.
And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors, and that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful,
That's right.
Yes, and
Amazing. I was looking for her name in my memory yesterday because I knew I would be talking to you.
oh, that's beautiful.
And I counted upon my memory serving me. And this morning, before you called, it was Scully.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing. You are amazing.
When Maya Angelou needs comforting, what do you use?
I'm a student of Unity. And there's a book called
The
Lessons
Unity Church?
Unity Church.
Mm-hmm.
Maya first discovered the Unity Church in her 20s after her voice coach and mentor, Fred Wilkerson, invited her to a service there. Founded in 1889, Unity is a Christian movement that emphasizes affirmative prayer and education as a path to spirituality.
I took a course in Unity about 2 years ago, online. Not to become a member, a minister, but just to understand more deeply. There's a book called Lessons in Truth.
Wow.
And in the book, there's a line which is, God loves me. And when I came to read it to my then mentor, Frederick Wilkerson, the late Frederick Wilkerson, I read, God loves me. And he said, read it again. I said, God loves me. He said, read it again. Read it again. And finally, I said, God loves me. It still humbles me that this force, which made leaves and fleas and stars and rivers and you, loves me. Me, Maya Angelou. It's amazing. I can do anything and do it well. Any good thing, I can do it. That's why I am who I am. Yes, because God loves me and I'm amazed at it and grateful for it.
Mary Scully leads the community as it purchases 65 9th Street, the first building we owned in San Francisco. And after 32 years as senior minister, Mary Scully makes her transition in 1982. After a period where 4 different ministers lead Unity Temple, in 1993, Paul Tenalia is named as senior minister, and the name is changed to Unity Church of San Francisco. Under Reverend Paul's leadership, Unity purchases 2222 Bush Street and starts renovating while still occupying the building.
Happy 100th anniversary to all my friends and those I haven't met at Unity San Francisco. I wish I could have been there with you on this wonderful celebration of your centennial. I have such fond memories of my 3 years with you, first at the Market Street building and then on Bush Street. The purchases of the new space was actually as simple a process that I've ever been involved with in my 30 years in ministry. Truly, divine order and harmony went before us. Most of all, I am so proud that your minister and my former student Ken has continued to do the work of bringing our powerful unity message to San Francisco, and will do so for a long time to come. Here's to the next 100 years in Unity San Francisco. Love and blessings, Paul.
And then in 1996, Reverend Maureen Bass is named as senior minister as the renovations continue and finally complete.
And the lesson is, there is more for us than we just think life is. You know, my radio show, Wake Up to Life, I love that show because it's like, let's wake up to the possibility of who you can be. But you can never be that if you insist on being the same person you were. Something's got to go. Something's got to change, and it's me. You know, but we somehow feel like we get this ego all involved in it, and we're saying, well, I've done it this way all my life, nothing wrong with that. You're telling me I'm doing it wrong, huh? You know, I mean, we get this ego in it, and we've got to be like children. You know, children learn every day. They try things. They're not afraid to try things. They learn to walk. They fall on their face. How many times they hit their head on the coffee table? There's stitches in the hospital. But does that stop them? No. Jesus goes to the crucifixion, and it's a symbol for crossing out the last thing in his life. Now, you know, who knows what that is. But the idea is that when Mary goes into the tomb on Sunday, he's not there. Well, he's there, but he's not there in the form that she remembered. He's not like he was. He has changed. When we are on a spiritual path and we get that thing that says it's time to really do something about this, and then we do it, and our life seems to just crackle around us, what comes from that is not the ruining of your life, but the transmutation of your life. Moving into a higher energy and a higher form. And then what? People hardly recognize us. You've changed. You don't look the same. Really? But you see, you feel like you. You feel more like you than you did before. You know, I love movies. And I always like to look down at the bottom in the stars, you know. And how many of us are living a half a star life? You know, you look at that and you say, well, that must be a bad movie. And then you see a 4-star movie. Sometimes you see 4 and they go on out there 5 stars. See, I want us to live a 5-star life. I want us to live off the chart. Yeah.
In 2008, Reverend Sonia Milton comes to lovingly heal the congregation and ends up staying for 4 years.
Hi, I'm Reverend Sonia Milton, and it's such a joy to be with all of you this morning. This is really something. 100 years of unity in San Francisco, 100 years of truth principles, 100 years of really having the opportunity to find your answers within. So I had the honor and the pleasure of serving here as minister from 2008 to 2012. And I got to tell you, you were who I needed and I was who you needed. It was just a love affair. I was able to see the best in each one of you. You were able to see the best in me, and we had a really good time. And I always knew it was kind of a preparation time. I wouldn't be there that long. I didn't expect to be there that long, but it was just a wonderful experience. And now look, you're about ready to move into a new spiritual home, something beautiful and something that works for you and works for the community in a whole new way. So congratulations. Here I am in Napa with an imaginary glass of wine saying, yay, Unity San Francisco. And I want to introduce somebody to you because right when I left the church in 2012, one of the great joys was my great nephew, Damien, who was born, and he wanted to say hello. So Damien's now about to be 7. He has a 1-year-old sister, Mia, and he's a great joy in my life and maybe in yours too. Many blessings and namaste.
Aloha, friends. I'm Reverend Denise Schellink, and I'm sending you this video celebrating your centennial time, 100 years celebrating transforming lives. I'm here in Oahu, Hawaii. I'm their transitional minister here for the next several months, and I was with you in 2013 as your transitional minister. And we got to interview Dr. Maya Angelou at that time, which was a thrill for me. So I'm celebrating your 100 years. When I was with you, we had 94 years celebration. So you just keep growing and thriving and blossoming all of the time. So a shout out to Reverend Ken and Reverend Deanne and all the beautiful work you're doing, all the beautiful leaders that have got you to this point. I'm so blessed to be a small part of this celebration for Unity Worldwide Ministries. Thank you, God, for each one of you. I love you. Aloha. God bless.
In 2013, I am chosen to lead Unity San Francisco through its next phase of growth and transformation. To say that I am excited and delighted is an understatement. And I am grateful for all that have come before me, that have led to this moment of our growth, of our reimagining, and of our mission. Together with the community, we come together and form a new mission, a new vision, and new core values. Ones that reflect who we are today and where we see ourselves going for the next century.
Greetings and congratulations. This is Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck. I am thrilled to be celebrating with you your 100th anniversary. I know you as a church community, as a spiritual community with vast hospitality and huge appreciation. I have always felt welcomed, loved, and appreciated in all my visits with you. And I've also just been amazed by your desire to spiritually grow. And I'm in awe too as I think about all those decades that Unity San Francisco has been in existence. If you just think about it in a moment, the chain of congregants and ministers that's been uninterrupted from the first day to this day, and that their free will giving is what makes it possible for us to be celebrating today. This is a magnificent milestone. You have each earned it, and you have each brought it forth in your own unique ways. And I see Unity San Francisco moving forward in bigger and more magnificent ways, because every time I visit, there's been an incremental change, both in the way the church looks and as well as the way in which you all engage your spiritual growth. And with this new upcoming move, amazing things are about to unfold. Thank you for asking me to be part of Unity San Francisco and this special celebration.
Happy birthday, Unity of San Francisco. Party time. It's Martha Creek, and although I won't be there in person this July, celebration for your 100 years, 100 epic years of serving conscious, evolving humanity. I'm so proud of you, your contributions, your consciousness, the ways that you serve, the way that you live, the ways you are being. Congratulations on this new building, the next greatest iterations of yourself as an organization, as a ministry. I'm so blessed to be any part of serving there with you. So I'll see you in October. We'll party again and celebrate again. And in the meantime, know that you are loved and you are love, and that the power and the presence that of God as your creator, as your source, is absolutely dancing a jig and delight at your causative, creative forces that are truly infinite and eternal. So Godspeed, and I'll see you soon, and enjoy your celebration and know you're loved.
In 2015, I am delighted when Reverend Deanne Weir-Morency decides that she wants to join our community, and we find a job for her instantly, even though it wasn't in the budget. And we watch as our community continues to expand and broaden, continues to attract new seekers, and continues to grow in depth and in numbers. We are in an amazing time for Unity San Francisco, and we are incredibly blessed, and grateful.
Hi, everybody at Unity San Francisco. This is Reverend Karen Epps, and I am so excited and delighted to be a part of this momentous time in your congregation history and story. Some of you may be aware that I've actually been a part of the congregation behind the scenes in working with Reverend Ken on a professional level as a coach, being a support for him and a sounding board as he's continued to evolve in his growth in ministry, as your spiritual leader, as your senior minister. This has been a very rewarding and fulfilling part of the work that I've been able to do. I've also had the great privilege and honor of working with the Board of Trustees across these many years now, I think about 5 or 6 years, of facilitating the annual board retreat as well as providing support in between at other times when we have felt that it would be helpful. The board over these years has also grown and deepened in its understanding of spiritual leadership and being an advocate, a voice, a liaison, and a representative of each and every one of you who are part of the congregation. More directly, some of you may be aware of when we gathered to do the conversations that resulted in the vision, mission, core values that were embraced by Unity San Francisco and have been part of the guiding lights of how your ministry has continued to blossom and unfold. And of course, periodically, I have the great joy of being able to be there and speak on a Sunday. I love the music. I love being with all of you in the Sunday experience and in all of these different ways that we've been able to connect and have a meaningful relationship. So as I said, it's with great joy that I am a part of celebrating this momentous move from Bush Street to Page and seeing how the ministry will flourish, continue to flourish in a new space that offers so much potential in the years going forward, the next 100 years. I join you in celebrating the magnificence of who each and every one of you are, because without you, Unity of San Francisco would not be what it is. And I look forward to seeing many of you on July 28th. And for those that were not able to connect one-on-one or in person, just know that I am sending my love, enthusiasm, passion, and joy as these days, weeks, and months ahead and years ahead continue to reveal the idea in Divine Mind that is Unity San Francisco. Many blessings to you all. Namaste.
Then in 2019, by a unanimous vote of the membership, we sell 2222 Bush Street and purchase 240 Page Street as our next home, our home for the 21st century. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Here we are in our new spiritual home.
Yeah.
We are at 240 Page Street and owning it today.
It's official. We are in.
Here we go. It's got a lot of work yet to do, but here we are in our new place. So we look forward to seeing you all here on the 15th when we have our vibrational blessing ceremony here, and we chant our way into this next century of Unity San Francisco.
Yay!
Yay! So this is your opportunity to partner with us as we build our legacy for the next generation of spiritual seekers, as we build our legacy for the next century of our presence here in San Francisco. Will you join us and help reimagine and reinvigorate this building to create the space, the technology, and the innovations that we need to bring the unity message to a world that hungers for it, that longs for our positive spiritual principles and for our joy, love, and celebration of life and the human journey. So we invite you to speak to one of us, to take a brochure on our Building Legacy campaign, and to make your mark on Unity San Francisco with your pledge today. Namaste.